Did you hear about what big Texas is doing for precious metals, doing for gold? They're doing something revolutionary. You may not like it, but I can guarantee you it could definitely mean big price gains for silver and gold. $4,000 gold? Nothing. Thank you, Texas, because they are doing the future and they're doing it right. Let's dig in right now. Texas is taking precious metals to a whole new level. We already know there's a wave of legislation, 20 plus states in the United States of America that have either already passed or are considering legislation to make gold and silver legal tender again, just like the founding fathers outlined in the United States Constitution. But Texas is taking it a step further. They are going to consider, they have legislation pending that would set up a gold-backed digital currency within the state of Texas. Senate Bill 2334 and House Bill 4903 would require the state comptroller to establish a digital currency that is fully backed by gold and fully redeemable for gold or cash. That means a digital currency, guys, that for each unit, there is an established amount of gold being held in the depository in Texas. And if you want to redeem it for cash, you can easily do that, or you can go and actually get the physical gold. And the most important part of this, it is regulated by the state of Texas, the comptroller of the state of Texas. It's reliable. It's trustworthy. The gold will be there. You can have digital representation of your gold, but if you ever want to go actually get your physical gold, you just go to the depository, show them your token that you have, redeem it, and get your physical gold. Thank you. Yes, you. Do I need to remind you? There's only one you. You're special. You are unique. It's a big honor for me that right now you and me are together here in the basement. I hope you decide to come back. You can subscribe if you like. That's free. Now let us get back to the video. I want to read you a little text from the actual bill. The comptroller shall establish a digital currency that is backed by gold so that each unit of the digital currency issued represents a particular fraction of a troy ounce of gold held in trust. First Mining Gold is a development company advancing two of the largest gold projects in Canada. Springpole in Ontario and Duparquet, located in Quebec, each already has 5 million ounces of gold reserves, but exploration initiatives are underway at both projects to find even more gold. First Mining is well-financed, has zero debt, and owns an interest in 4 additional Canadian gold development projects. Do you think this is huge? I think this is huge because it allows gold to be used in a digital form. Look, we don't want to be walking around with a bunch of gold coins in our pockets, right? We really don't want that. And I know the argument, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. But we also have to recognize that we live in a digital age. And when this catches on, it will require the state of Texas to make potentially massive purchases of gold. And you know what that'll do for the price of silver as well. But will the gold really be there? Let me read you this from the actual bill. The trustee shall maintain enough gold to provide for the redemption in gold of all units of the digital currency that have been issued and are not yet redeemed for money or gold. That means explicitly, clearly, you need to have all the gold that represents all the digital currency that's in circulation. No leverage, no fractional reserve, whatever you want to call it. You got a unit of digital currency, there better be a representative unit of gold that someone could show up and get redeemed at any time. And this is where it gets real juicy for us, because there's no limit on the number of units in this digital currency that people can buy. And the comptroller of Texas would be required to, quote, buy a fractional number of troy ounces of gold equal to the number of units of the digital currency issued to the purchaser. As soon as you buy a unit of this digital currency, they have to make sure, again, they have the gold. And the big difference here, guys, is this is regulated by the comptroller of Texas. I called a couple friends in Texas. I said, you guys trust your comptroller? They said, yes. It's a little different in Texas. They actually trust their politicians more so than the majority of the rest of the United States. So let's say you bought a couple of these Texas digital gold tokens and you decide you want your gold. How would that work? Well, the comptroller may manage the redemption of digital currency for gold by the use of bars or coins of standard sizes and may pay fractional remainders in cash as necessary to facilitate the transactions. That means if you show up and you have a fraction of one of these tokens and it's, let's say, a little over a half ounce, they can give you a half ounce of physical gold, and maybe there's $3 or $4 extra dollars. They aren't going to be able to give you $3 or $4 worth of gold. They'll pay you that small remainder in cash. The bottom line is this is good for the precious metals. If this passes, if this takes off, which I believe both will happen, this will create huge demand for gold, because remember, every time somebody buys one of those units, the comptroller has to buy the representative amount of gold. It's going to be interesting. I'll be here for you through it all. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.